Most survival games are not the best, so I spent the last few days finding the good ones. So without further ado, let's get into the list. No Man's Sky by Hello Games is an action-adventure survival game released in 2016 for PlayStation 4 and Microsoft Windows. It features a procedurally generated open-world universe with over 18 quintillion planets, allowing players to explore diverse environments, mine resources, trade, and engage in space exploration. Despite initial criticism for not meeting pre-release expectations, the game has undergone significant improvements through updates, introducing features like base building and multiplayer. The ongoing support from the developers has led to a positive reception and a renewed popularity, making No Man's Sky an example of successful post-launch development in the gaming industry. Conan Exiles is an open-world survival game developed and published by Funcom. Released in 2018, set in the universe of Conan the Barbarian, the game casts players as exiles in the harsh and unforgiving world of Hyboria. Players must manage hunger and thirst, gather resources, and craft tools and structures to build shelters. The game emphasizes base building, allowing players to create elaborate structures, fortifications, and even entire cities. Crafting includes weapons, armor, and other items. The world is vast and diverse, with different biomes, creatures, and challenges. Players can explore dungeons, ruins, and other points of interest. Players can capture and enslave NPCs, thralls, to assist with various tasks, such as defending the base or crafting items. The game offers both player versus player and player versus environment gameplay, providing options for competitive and cooperative experiences. Scum is a multiplayer online survival game developed by Gamepires and Crow Team, published by Devolver Digital. Released in 2018 for Microsoft Windows, the game combines elements of survival, exploration, and combat within a competitive multiplayer environment. Players take on the role of prisoners on an island, where they must survive against both environmental challenges and other players. Scum is known for its realism, including detailed character customization, metabolism system, and a focus on survival aspects such as hunger, thirst, and stamina. The game also features a variety of weapons, crafting, and skill progression. Its open-world environment and emphasis on both PvE and PvP interactions provide a dynamic and challenging gaming experience. Valheim 2021 stands as a Viking-themed cooperative survival phenomenon, captivating players with its Nordic-inspired open-world adventure. As fallen warriors in purgatory, players embark on a journey of exploration, crafting, and conquest in procedurally generated landscapes. The cooperative gameplay encourages friends to band together, facing mythical creatures and conquering formidable bosses. The game's emphasis on building allows players to construct Viking strongholds and ships, adding a strategic layer to survival. With a blend of PvE and consensual PvP elements, Valheim offers a rich experience that seamlessly weaves Norse mythology into a compelling multiplayer survival saga, solidifying its place as a standout title in the gaming realm. Don't Starve Together is a cooperative multiplayer survival game by Klei Entertainment. Set in a whimsical, procedurally generated world, players navigate diverse environments, face seasonal challenges, and contend with various creatures. The game features a unique cast of characters, each with special abilities, encouraging strategic cooperation among players. Crafting, building, and resource management are vital for survival in this unforgiving environment. With a dynamic weather system and diverse biomes, players must adapt to ever-changing conditions. The game's dark and quirky art style, along with regular updates and expansions, contributes to its enduring appeal. Permadeath adds tension, turning each playthrough into a thrilling collaborative adventure in the face of adversity. Originally a mod for the game Arma 2, Days has evolved into a standalone survival game set in a post-Soviet landscape overrun by zombies. Players must scavenge for supplies, manage their health, and interact with other survivors, navigating both the undead and other human players. The game offers an open-world sandbox experience with a focus on realism, intense player interactions, and the constant threat of permadeath. DayZ emphasizes emergent gameplay, allowing for a wide range of player-driven experiences as they attempt to survive the harsh and unforgiving environment. The game continues to receive updates, refining mechanics and introducing new features to enhance the survival experience. Raft 2018 is a cooperative survival adventure that thrusts players into the challenging scenario of being stranded on a small raft in the vast ocean. Players must work together to scavenge debris, expand their raft, and protect against circling sharks. The game's dynamic environment features resource-rich islands and mysterious lore, encouraging exploration. Crafting tools, weapons, and structures is essential for survival. Raft excels in multiplayer co-op, allowing friends to collaborate on the same raft. Regular updates bring new content, ensuring an engaging experience with evolving challenges. Its unique premise, immersive gameplay, and ongoing support have solidified Raft as a standout in the multiplayer survival genre. Green Hell is a first-person survival game developed and published by Creepy Jar. Released in 2018 for Microsoft Windows, with later releases for other platforms, it challenges players to survive in the Amazon rainforest, facing a hostile environment and various dangers. Set in a lush and detailed environment, Green Hell features a story mode where players unravel the mysteries behind their character's predicament, as well as a sandbox mode for pure survival challenges. Key elements include resource gathering, crafting, building shelters, and managing physical and mental health. The game is known for its realistic portrayal of survival aspects, including the psychological toll of isolation and exposure to the harsh elements of the rainforest. Grounded is a cooperative survival game developed by Obsidian Entertainment and published by Xbox Game Studios. It was released in July 2020. The game is set in a backyard environment where players, shrunken to the size of insects, must navigate and survive in the micro-world. The game supports up to 4 players in online cooperative multiplayer, allowing friends to team up to explore and survive together. Players can construct bases and structures using materials found in the backyard, adapting to the miniature environment, and crafting tools and weapons for survival. The backyard is teeming with insect life, some of which can be friendly, while others pose threats. Players need to navigate this ecosystem carefully. The game features a storyline with quests and mysteries to uncover, providing players with goals beyond basic survival. Ark: Survival Ascended is an action-adventure survival video game where players are stranded naked, freezing, and starving on a mysterious island populated by dinosaurs and other prehistoric creatures. Players must hunt, gather, craft items, build shelters, and eventually tame or breed dinosaurs to survive and explore the island. The game features a variety of different biomes, each with its own unique challenges and dangers. The game can be played in single-player or multiplayer mode. In multiplayer mode, players can work together to build tribes, tame dinosaurs, and raid other players' bases. There is also a player versus player (PvP) mode, where players can battle each other to the death. Icarus is a session-based survival video game with PvE, player versus environment elements. It has a cooperative focus. You can play with up to 7 other players or go solo. Missions and objectives. You take on contracts for missions on a space station orbiting a dangerous planet. Exploration and resource gathering. The missions involve exploring the wilderness, gathering resources, and crafting tools and shelter. Environmental dangers. You'll need to contend with threats like toxic atmospheres, wild animals, and storms. Time pressure. Each mission has a time limit, so you'll need to manage your time effectively. The game emphasizes teamwork and planning to succeed in missions. While there is danger and challenge, the focus is on exploration and survival, rather than violence. 7 Days to Die is an open-world survival horror video game developed by the Fun Pimps. In 7 Days to Die, players are tasked with surviving in a post-apocalyptic world overrun by zombies. The game features a number of elements, including open-world exploration. Players can explore a large, randomly generated world with various biomes, such as forests, deserts, and snowfields. Crafting and building. Players can gather resources and craft a variety of items, such as weapons, tools, and armor. They can also build structures to shelter themselves from the elements and zombies. Survival horror gameplay. Players must scavenge for food and water, and avoid or fight off zombies. The game features a day-night cycle, and zombies are more aggressive at night. Skill progression. Players can level up their skills and perks to improve their chances of survival. Cooperative multiplayer. Players can team up with friends to survive together. 7 Days to Die is a popular game that has sold over 16 million copies. It has received mixed reviews from critics, with some praising its open-world sandbox gameplay and crafting system, while others criticizing its performance and technical issues. Remnant 2 is a third-person shooter-action role-playing video game developed by Gunfire Games and published by Gearbox Publishing San Francisco. It is the sequel to Remnant, From the Ashes. An amazing game as well. Intense combat. Remnant 2 features a mix of methodical and frenetic ranged melee combat. You'll need to master dodging, rolling, and aiming to survive against the game's many enemies. World exploration. Remnant 2 features a variety of procedurally generated worlds to explore, each with its own unique enemies, bosses, and environments. Co-op multiplayer. Remnant 2 can be played solo or with up to 2 other players in co-op mode. Working together with friends is a great way to take down the game's toughest challenges. Crafting and customization. Remnant 2 allows you to craft a variety of weapons, armor, and mods to customize your character to your playstyle. Overall, Remnant 2 is a challenging and rewarding action RPG that offers a unique blend of survival horror and exploration. If you're looking for a game that will test your skills and keep you coming back for more, Remnant 2 is a great option. State of Decay 2 is a survival horror video game developed by Undead Labs and published by Xbox Game Studios. The series is set in a post-apocalyptic world, overrun by zombies. Players take on the role of survivors who must scavenge for resources, build a community, and defend themselves from the undead. The games are known for their focus on resource management, community building, and decision-making. Players must make difficult choices about how to allocate resources, who to recruit into their community, and how to deal with threats. Sons of the Forest is a survival horror video game developed by End Night Games. It is the sequel to the 2014 game The Forest. In Sons of the Forest, you play as a survivor stranded on a mysterious island. The island is inhabited by cannibals and other dangerous creatures. You must craft weapons, build shelters, and scavenge for resources to survive. Open world exploration. Explore a large, open-world island full of secrets to discover. Crafting and building. Craft weapons, tools, and shelters to help you survive. Survival horror gameplay. Avoid or fight off dangerous enemies, and try to stay alive in a hostile environment. Co-op multiplayer. Play with friends to increase your chances of survival. Sons of the Forest has received positive reviews from critics. It is praised for its beautiful graphics, immersive gameplay, and improved crafting and building mechanics over its predecessor. However, some reviewers have criticized the game's performance and lack of content at launch. If you are a fan of survival horror games, Sons of the Forest is a good option to consider.